Hi, welcome to the Piano Podcast. I'm Mario Harrow. In this video, I want to show you how to play the piano part for the opening to the song Someone Like You by Adele. If you go to my website at marioharrow.blogspot.com, scroll down on the right-hand side, and you'll find an area that says where you could buy sheet music. And one of the first selections that you should find is Someone Like You by Adele. You can go ahead and click on that link. I'll take you to musicnotes.com and I'll show you the first page of the Someone Like You song that I'll be teaching you the opening for. Make sure it's the one that has the 16th notes in the right hand with the whole notes in the left hand. You do get the first page as a sample for free. You can even print it out if you like. And if you like what you have there and want to know the rest of it, you can purchase the rest of it by adding it to your cart over here. Take a look at the first four measures of the sheet music, and you'll make note that there are four chords that you have to watch out for. Of course, whenever you're learning a new piece, make note of the key signature. There are three sharps in it: F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So make sure you make all of those sharp as we go through them, but I'll go over those within each chord. But we're going to go over the first four chords that make up the bulk of this piece, or at least the piano accompaniment here. First is A major. Second one is C sharp minor over G sharp. Next one is an F sharp open fifth, and then the last one is a D major chord. So let me show you how that goes. The first chord in the right hand is an A major triad, and it's spelled A, C sharp, and E. And I use the finger combination 1, 3, 5, like you should use with most root position triads. At the same time, in the left hand, you're playing an octave lower, you're playing A, and you're leaving out the C sharp, and you're just playing E. It's actually an A open fifth, played with 5 and 1 respectively. Right? So both the left hand and right hand together, these are the notes that they're playing in the first measure. A major triad in the right hand, and an A open fifth in the left hand. Now, the way the accompaniment style is for the majority of this whole piece is you break up the right hand one note at a time like this. And you do that for 4 different sets of 16th notes, so it sounds like this slowly. The next chord is a C sharp minor over G sharp, and the good news is that it's just one note different from the A major chord that you played in the first measure. All you have to do is move your thumb 1/2 step lower to a G sharp, and there you got your C sharp minor over G sharp. You do the same thing in the left hand by just moving your fifth finger, your pinky, down 1/2 step to that G sharp. So collectively, the chords should look like this. And you break that up in the same style that you did in the first measure, going up and down like this. Next chord is an F sharp open fifth. What that means is you're going to move your thumb in your right hand to F sharp. You're going to play C sharp with your second finger, and that gives you an open fifth. You're actually leaving out a third in between those two notes there. But then you double the F sharp on the bottom with your fifth finger and play it like this here, okay? And that's probably the most comfortable fingering for people with most hands. I mean, I got pretty big hands, but you want to use 1, 2, 5 in the right hand like that. And then in the left hand, an octave lower, you're just playing the F sharp and the C sharp open fifth with 5 and 1 like that. Okay, so collectively, those are the 5 notes that you're going to be playing in both the left hand and right hand, and broken up with the 16 notes should sound like this. The last chord is a D major chord, and the way that you get to that is keep your fifth finger on the F sharp in the right hand, but then move your thumb back to A and then play a D in the middle. So it's the right hand is A, D, F sharp, like that, played with 1, 3, and 5 respectively. And then in the left hand, you're going to go down to the lower D and then add an A, above that there. So it's a D open fifth with the D major chord in the right hand. So when you break that up, it sounds like this. To practice might be just to block the chords or play them all solid before you begin breaking it up there, to make sure that you know the way that your hands need to move from one chord to the next. You might want to just practice first A major, then the C sharp minor over G sharp, and then the F sharp open fifth, and then the D major. When you can do that with the most efficient movements and without even thinking about it there, then you're probably ready to start breaking it up like this. The last element that I want to talk about in this piece is the pedaling. If you notice in the sheet music, there's these little words mentioned, ped, at the beginning of every measure, at least for the first three measures, and they just said, just keep doing it at the beginning of each measure. What that means is it means to put down the pedal and lift it all up, all in one motion at the beginning of every single measure, and I want to show you how to do that. So we have, on most pianos, you have three pedals. The one that you want to concern yourself is the right pedal. The right pedal is the damper pedal. And when you push down the damper pedal and hold it down, when you play notes on the piano, they will keep ringing, ringing, ringing until you let go of the pedal, and then the dampers will come down and then dampen the strings so that they will stop doing it there. All right. So basically, the way you want to time your pedaling is you want to put the pedal down right at the very beginning, and when you play the first measure, you hold it down. Now don't lift the pedal until you play the very first notes in the second measure like this. And you want to do it that way for every measure. You want to lift the foot up as the notes go down and then bring it back down all in one motion. And then do the same thing for the last measure. When you play the D and A in the left hand, lift, and then back down. In essence, what you're doing is you're cleaning out the sounds from the previous measure so that you don't have the chords harmonies mixed up with one another, but you still have this kind of seamless sound connecting all the chords together. All right? Together, it should look like this as far as the pedaling is concerned. Remember, if you want the rest of the sheet music, you can go to my blog at marioohara.blogspot.com. Scroll down on the right-hand side until you find the area for musicnotes.com, and you can digitally download and purchase the rest of the sheet music for Adele, Someone Like You, courtesy of musicnotes.com. That's it for today, and you have a good one, and make sure you keep on practicing. Bye.